Affirmation from Louise Hay is says, life supports me. And just wanted to check in, do you believe that it is true for you? Where are you in that journey, feeling that life is working for you? Because sometimes when we go through challenging life experiences or trauma, we might feel that life is happening to us, and we might feel also that life supports us. Is not really true. I don't know about you, but I have been there. And I have discovered ways to work through it and find ways to start feeling that life is supporting you. And believe me, that is much better place. So I'm Dr. Katja Rusanen, a spiritual counselor. And on my own journey, I have gone through trauma and found ways to find joy of living again. And that's what I want to really share with you and support you as well, to start feeling that joy of living, joy of loving once again. So on the other side of this card, there is a message for you. So let me read it for you. It says, life created me to be fulfilled. I trust life, and life is always there at every turn. I am safe. So again, these are things, if you have gone through adversity or trauma recently, you might feel that, I am not there yet, and that's okay. But this affirmation is something to move toward, and maybe is in the beginning saying, I'm choosing to believe that life created me to be fulfilled. Or maybe is I am willing to believe that, because those two little sentences just bring greater ease, and they soften a little bit of the statements. So you might not have that much the inner turbulence within when you say these statements in your mind. Because when we are working through trauma, working through challenging life situations, it is so important to have compassion toward ourselves. And if you just joined, we are talking about Louise Hay's affirmation, life supports me. And just curious to know, where are you on that? Are you saying, yes, that's true, I truly believe that life supports me? Or are you kind of, sometimes that's true, sometimes not? Or are you completely saying that's not true at all? So I'm Dr. Katja Rusanen and want to support you here. So one of the things here on the other side is said, life created me to be fulfilled. I trust life, and life is always there at every turn. I am safe. But one of the things here is a key word, and that's the trust. So when we go challenging life experiences and those influence us, sometimes we feel, and I don't know about you, but for me it was like you start always fearing the worst. You might be always thinking what can go wrong, because you kind of want to keep yourself safe. You want to predict something so that if that happens, you say like, well, I knew it. And this is just the way that how sometimes our mind works to support us and protect us. But I challenge you here to start playing the what if game in a positive way. And why is that? Because then you start seeing what's possible. You start directing your mind toward what you want. And maybe you say, but my mind goes wherever it wants. Like, I can't control my thoughts. But listen, it is possible. It is possible to start directing your mind, because I was totally one point in a very, very dark place, very negative place, having lots of negative thoughts. So if you are there, I feel you and I'm sending you lots of light. And just want to acknowledge you for being here, tuning in here today, because it is now your opportunity to choose. And it starts with the practice. Like there might be a moment when you can turn your mind to the positive side. I was saying, what if I succeed? What if things go well? What if I can trust life? And then there might be moments when you feel like going back to the negative. But listen, there is again, the awareness is the key. When you notice that you are on the negative thought patterns, that is a moment when you can choose again to turn your mind. Like, okay, I've been on this route before. And what if I choose to think what's possible? What if I choose to see something good? And that way you start directing the mind. And it takes practice. And that way you are able to start building that trust. And that building that trust also starts with the little steps. And if you feel that life lets you down, it is an opportunity to process those situations and find that inner peace with your past, because I believe it's possible. And I have written a book, Your Spiritual Curriculum, that is coming out in May, and that will guide you step by step how to do this, how to start shifting your past to something that is your stepping stone, not a stumbling block. And one of the things here, when we want to get to the place where we believe that life supports us, these are Louise Hay's cards, so if you just tuned in. And if we want to feel that I am safe, it is again thinking in the physical level, practical level, what are the things that bring you safety? What are the little things that you can do to support yourself as you go through this journey we call life? And it is allowing yourself to really, truly start building the trust first within. So when we want to feel that trust outside of us, we often go to the past experiences and say like, well, that was like my trust got broken there. But when we see things from soul's perspective, we can check in, what did I learn from that situation? In a positive sense. So that positive sense is like, okay, maybe I learned to trust my intuition. Maybe I learned to do some checking before I jump into things. Maybe I learned love myself even more. Maybe I learned setting boundaries. So whatever that is for you, there is always some learning that we can do in the soul level. And then this human level, there is a really, really valuable key that I have used a lot on my own healing journey. That is compassionate self-forgiveness. And this forgiveness is sometimes, oh, but then I let the other person like off the hook and say it was okay. I'm not saying that. Like there are things and situations where the behavior hasn't been okay. But often when it happens in those challenging situations, we take the blame. We start carrying things within us and it is hurting us. And if we can't continue carrying these things, and I did this, it felt like I was trying to push a beach ball underwater. And you know how that goes. Like it takes, first of all, energy, like trying to shuffle the ball underwater. And then one point, it just comes up. So when we are practicing compassionate self-forgiveness, I forgive myself for judging myself or others or the situation, whatever that is. And then the judgment. We are starting to release the air from that beach ball, and we are finding that creative emotional freedom within us, so we can actually enjoy life because we are setting ourselves free, and we are not anymore binded to the past situation. And it is always the key to finding that freedom. And through that freedom, as you're setting yourself free from the past, you can start seeing that life supports me. So if you start seeking the lessons you have learned through your experiences, it is an opportunity for us. And you have the keys within, and I'm here to support you on the every turn. So if you want more spiritual insights on how to thrive after trauma or adversity, subscribe to my channel, because I love sharing more inspirational and practical stuff so that you can heal and live again truly wholeheartedly. Because that's the key here, really. It is that whatever happened in the past is not holding us back anymore. That we are free to enjoy life again, go for our dreams, allowing ourselves to be truly who we came here to be, fulfill our soul's mission here. And that's what I would love to see, that you are living your purpose. And if you tuned here today, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, and sending you lots of light and lots of blessings. Keep believing in your dreams and keep taking steps toward making them true. Because your purpose was given to you for a reason. All those dreams were given to you for a reason. So I want you to know that wherever you go, whatever you do, just add extra dose of loving into your doing, because that will help you to keep moving forward and loving your life. Thank you for tuning in. Bye for now.